Welcome for another wonderful week, another wonderful day of some sweet, sweet, sweet League of Legends. We got, what is exactly their name again? We got, Bop It, Twist It, Gank It. And we got versus Minimum Talent. My support just left. F's in the chat. Rip. Well, we got to figure it out. And just so everybody knows, this is some sweet, sweet, sweet copyright free beats music in the background going right now as we fill the void in between my voice rumbling out. That way it doesn't feel so awkwardly silent. Somebody want to play some Worms? Kind of goated. Looks like we're getting everybody set up. Bop It, Twist It, Gank It, and Minimum Talent. It'll just be me casting tonight. Your boy, Lil Smitty. Hi, chat. Get out of here. This guy right here, creature. I'll say it again, creature. Unfortunately, I guess I'll keep that up on the side. There we go. Let's keep this up. I can make sure anything kind of pops up. All right. Who's keeping us waiting? I'm pointing fingers. Certainly not going to take any blame myself. And also, to all those tuning in,
stay a while and listen.
Stay a while and listen. We're here. We're vibing. And maybe if we're lucky, if we all band together, we can get a little bit of...
The cycle of life and death continues. We will live, they will die.
Yes. We got the soundboard up and running. And I will be blasting it every opportunity that I can. Yeah. Generally, good not to say mean things. He's back. Let's go. Draft time. Just as I arrive. So let's get this pulled up. And we'll see. What are we doing? I'll pull this over here so I guess I can see if they say anything crazy. What are we waiting on? Alright. Drafts begin. So we got Bop It, Twist It, Gank It over on the blue side. Minimum Talent over on the red. We got a Kate ban, Moo Moo ban, Big Fid ban. Honestly, Kate ban, it's always respectable, right? Especially in organized play, you let her kind of get built up, a lot of damage. Fiddle, again, in organized play, it's kind of a mix bag, really dependent on vision control on how proactive everybody is. You can actually shut him down a lot better in organized play just with callouts, knowing where he is and some of the unpredictability. But if you feel like you're not that good at control of vision overall, makes sense. And we got Unaraban and Mel and Karma. All right. And we see the insta lock in of Jinx for Bop It, Twist It, Gank It. Jinx in coordinated play, I think, is great pretty much every single time. If it's available, there's a lot of straightforward comps to build around it, and when it's actually executed and you get good push off, you pull an ace, you can just pull a bunch of objectives. So makes sense. Then with the Ash Braum bot lane coming in for minimum talent, again, nice, good CC, good team fighting, a lot of control over the lane. Braum's super safe, great into Jinx. Yeah, can't really fault it there. Seems like we'll see a lot of the draft kind of get rounded out for them. We'll see how much they depend on Ashe. And then with the Alistar follow-up, pretty classic lane there with Jinx and Alistar. Respectable. Bot lanes make sense. Got them out of the way early. Yeah, overall, feeling pretty good about it for both teams. With Aurora follow-up. All right. So we'll see. I'm not super well versed in what everybody's running on Bop It, Twist It and minimum talent. So not 100% sure where that's going with the Vex follow-up. So if scouting and everything pays off, looks like probably mid matchup with Mundo Band coming in for minimum talent. Followed up with the Lowy, two big annoying bruisers. Nocturne, easy ganks, no more. And Olaf. Okay. I've witnessed in real time Olaf mow down a few of my friends and their friends in record time just the past couple days. So, you know what? I think Olaf might be strong right now. Vi locked in for minimum talent. Pretty good lockdown. A lot of good follow-up, really. You get Vi ult, and you can have Ashe Arrow follow-up or Ashe Arrow and then into Vi ult. And then Vex gets a long time to get her ult off. Followed up with Braum. A lot of CC. So pretty good single target lockdown overall. Rek'Sai. Okay. I actually have been in a Rek'Sai enjoyer the past couple days. I've been trying her out with some of the changes. So a lot of true damage back in the E. You can actually do the E max. You can do Q or E max. So depending on what you're going against, if you think that true damage can pay off a little bit more, it can be nice. And then with the Ornn, it's nice blindable pick. Overall, the pretty solid peel overall for Jinx there. And then Big Dog Trundle locked in. All right. Okay. You got some, you got Ornn to ult there. You got Alistar to ult there. And it looks like that'll kind of conclude the draft overall. We're looking at, pretty good Protect the President draft overall there. With for Bop It, Twist It, Gank It. Aurora will give them a little more DPS, and she can side, lane a decent amount. And, you know, between Rek'Sai, Ornn, and Alistar, you're giving a lot of appeal to both these carries, and especially for Jinx.
I assure
right?
you, I am quite patient.
If they can get the resets off, I think it's very clear how they approach this game and how they can potentially win. When we're looking at minimum talent over here, we see that we have a lot of single target lockdowns, so I think they're really going to be looking to try to catch like Jinx or Aurora, and if they can take that down, they lose so much of their DPS on Bappa Twisted that they could probably roll through the rest of the fight. And having the Trundle in the back pocket, being able to split off should things like look like, okay, their team fight is too good, they have too much peel for Jinx, and then trying to disrupt that actual team fight capabilities of Bappa by having to send 2 probably to be able to stop the Trundle, so long as he's like even or potentially ahead. Then it really opens up again that single target lockdown CC chain that you're able to get going for minimum talent. So I like it. I think it's pretty good. I think also they did a pretty good job at with everybody that they picked to kind of not to limit the effectiveness ultimately of the Braum shield overall too. So really it's there for Jinx for the most part. And since with the way they picked the rest of their comp, they don't got to worry about it as much. So that's pretty good by Bappa. Rek'Sai is really kind of this is going to be hit or miss. I'm either going to be extremely impressed, or it's going to quite literally combust. Smirty, 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 Smirty. Yeah, that's me, rambling, gambling man. So, as we all know, things take a little while to get going. Once all the picks are locked in, and then there's a little bit of delay before spectator starts. So it'll just be more of me kind of rambling away about everything. Really, I think they both have pretty good drafts. I think they both have pretty clear agendas for what they want to get done. I don't know ideally what I would have subbed out the Rek'Sai for. If I were to like adjust anything off the drafts. The Mumu ban I think was really good. Because I think a Mumu would slot in really well to the comp that Bappa would have been running. But if you get like a good grouped up knockup with Rek'Sai, you can also bait out abilities if you're good at using that her E or her ult. You can dodge a lot of stuff, reposition, and with even things like Vi, if she doesn't do the best target selection or whatever, and you know she ults the Rek'Sai, for example, you can just E away, tunnel away. You can really kind of disrupt that. Pillar, it can be dodged if you leave your E up. So keeping your burrow chamber kind of in pocket as opposed to just kind of having it spammed, which is usually kind of like how you like to do it. You like to have as many tunnels up all over the map, in key places of interest. But especially on group fights, I think if Diffie there keeps the burrows up in an effective way, some of the repositioning there could be really big. But yeah, I think if I'm looking at this, Jinx is really who I'm kind of pinning a lot of expectations on for Bop It. Meanwhile, I think there's a couple more avenues for minimum talent to go. So it's like double-edged. Who you got winning the series? You know, I don't know enough about them individually to really make too much of a comment. But for this match, I think overall both their drafts are pretty good. So I don't really want to like, you know, say, oh, somebody's gonna win, somebody's gonna lose right now. But if I were to say a comp that I like a little bit more, I think I'd like Bop It's a little bit more. Just because I think if you can get the peel off and everything for the Jinx, it's easier to accomplish. So hopefully this will load in. So we get this, and then get this loaded up. And if at any point you guys noticed volumes, anything gets a little awry, just let me know, and we'll get it fixed. Let me know if my mic's not coming through well enough, if it needs to be turned up louder, if game volume isn't up as loud as you want, anything at all. Just you know, point it out, and we'll make adjustments. So looks like, you know, Aurora and Vi are new to the wheelhouse overall. So I like that. I like that people are expanding their picks, their repertoire. You know, these are, for the most part, though, picks that everybody's kind of had a decent amount of practice on, it looks like. As far as sums go, pretty standard. We do have the Ignite versus the Exhaust in the bot lane, which, you know, the counter and the Exhaust for Ashe is always kind of nice, especially when that slow starts getting to be a lot. And if you need to be able to disengage or even to be able to finish out an engage, it could also be useful for on Trundle later on. So a little bit of options there. No other combat sums really besides those. Got teleports on the solo laners. And in we go. Alright, so as I'm navigating around, please bear with me a little bit. We're gonna be kind of getting used to, you know, monitoring everything at the same time. I also can probably turn off the music now, as we got the game map up. We got a little bit going on over here. So we're just laughing away. Everybody's kind of doing standard vision prep, so that's good. I mean, they're running around together a little bit, see what they can do. Getting a little bit saucy. So we do got the vision up. They'll know information on where everybody's starting, and they'll see when things are cleared, when's not. It'll be pretty obvious what the start strat is. We got Rek'Sai starting blue, it'll be pathing into bot lane. Meanwhile, we'll be having Vi path towards top. So difference in objectives overall. So we'll see how things go. Overall, I feel like if I'm Vi, I would have probably wanted to path towards bot side, so I do think it's a little bit interesting. And we get some trading going on mid. Using those health bars, we're not afraid here. We're built different. Woo. Yeah, and we're getting some heavy trades off going off in top lane and mid lane. Everybody's using their health bars a little bit on the minimum talent side. Ooh, I will say, Ornn does some damage. My acquaintance, Walliford, is a big Ornn enjoyer as of late. And I will say, there are times where I'm watching that and I'm like, I don't think a tank should be doing that much damage personally. We got ganks coming mid, pinging it in. Bias just pathing around. We do have Rek'Sai waiting off in the wings. So, overall, nothing too much. Health bar was low, so trying to play it a little bit safe. Rek'Sai taking a peek there. Trundle's having to back, getting a nice angle here. Not super aware, and nice engage, double knockup with by Thordle. Bop a twisted gank it, going in, exhausts go down. Ooh, Reaper just stays alive, but really nice angle there by Diffie. Big fan of that. Well done. Good knockup by Thordle as Bop it, twisted gank it gets the first kill of the game. And we'll see here. We got double longs on the back versus cloth for Ornn. Doing a good job in CS control. Just not a lot of damage to be gotten there. Ornn is a big boy. Honestly, I think Borderline could probably just straight up trade with him there. But a little bit so definitely needs to play it mindful. We got vision here, so probably not too much that's going to be coming for Vi. Yeah, nothing much to be had. Good ward control. Reaper's finally getting his back off. And, oh, getting in a nice engage here. Man, Aurora can be quite oppressive with that damage. Here we see, ooh, flash coming out of Raver. Almost knocked up there. And with Diffie down there, if that knockup lands, they would have got knocked up again. Definitely would have been dead. So, good flash there. This Aurora is just, ooh, 37 health. Huge. Bop it. In control. It's very early. And I will say, while getting a little bit out traded early by Bop it, minimum talent is mitigating the loss. There's only one death there, so I mean, I think it's manageable. Looks like nothing doing up there for Vi. Has to back. Oh, cancels the back. Not on vision. We'll have to see how that goes. Ooh. Lands the slow, but not too much more. See. Ooh, ganking top. Low. Does have flash up. Doesn't want to use it though. Makes sense. I mean, not potentially high value. Probably doesn't get the kill. Leave it up for later. Hasn't gotten the back off yet either, so a lot of gold sitting on him. As Trundle finishes that Tiamat. So, about 1.2k down. 1.3k. Trying to get the trade off here. Doing a little bit of damage, but every single trade it seems like for minimum talent here for Marshall versus Christmas music. Oh, Between Two Worlds comes in, flash away, and lives. Honestly, I think that's a good job surviving there. If anything else landed, 100% dead. So being able to survive there and mitigate is pretty good. We do see they're, you know, keeping the loss pretty much stuck at 1k, so can't really fault them too much there. As otherwise, not too much going on around the map. We got vision control, Bebop it around Drake. We got grubs coming up in not too long. So we should see a contest at one or the other. If I'm... Ooh. Diffy's going in. Getting some damage off. Oh. Big flash. Yeah. Oh. Too far up though. And down goes Marshall. So the antagonizing pays off for Boppet. Diffy, I thought was maybe being a little bit too overzealous. Oh, see, if I'm Diffy here, even with health low, man, I think I walk over Christmas music and I think we start doing this. I think you really do not want to let Trundle get Void Grubs, so we'll see how they path. I think it should be definitely straight up there. And we're getting an engage. The Trundle ult has been popped along with the Ornn ult. As both junglers look to close in, ult comes in, locked down, but dies. I think that was a little bit of a misplay there by Ozai. Continue to follow. I think definitely could have lived. Didn't really need to continue the chase along with the Vi after the ult was confirmed. And Between Two Worlds comes in for Christmas music, looking to shut down. Flash comes in, does not finish. Marshall, you gotta back off here. I know you're dangerous. Ooh, super mega death rocket. Just misses. I know you're dangerous, but you gotta protect yourself a little bit there. And we got Diffy clearing out the grubs, so I think that's a good job by Boppet there, getting all 3 grubs. And as we see potential gank coming in, ult cooldown still not up for a while. So we're about 10 minutes in and Drake's still up, which is kind of crazy. Especially since we've seen Prio kind of get established for both sides here and there. But maybe just not a big emphasis right now on it. I think Mountain Soul's pretty useful for both sides right now. So I think there definitely could be a little bit more excitement towards pushing towards it. That extra armor and MR I think is going to come off pretty big, just because we do have some not massive damage dealers on the team. So this, even as I say that, just gets popped for 2/3 their health. Christmas music has been practicing this Aurora. Oh! Gank me not, she says. And as we see Ornhorn come in and pops him in the top lane with the sweet, sweet bramble and bammies. Looks like we got a Ravenous coming in for that'll be being built towards, I would presume, for the Trundle. That'd be my guess. And the ult comes in, locked down. Between, man, what is this champ's cooldowns? Just doesn't care. 3 kills, up 30 CS in the mid lane. That's tough. Not really sure what else, what you're really gonna do there. I mean, you have the ult landed by the buy. Oh, and we see Braum ult come through and engage flashes come out. Braum's barely alive and the Jinx gets the kill. Super Mega Death Rocket is up. as a Drake looks like it will be secured by Boppa Twisted. Pretty handily in place right now. I mean, we got Drake, we got Grubs, we're up 7 kills, you know, 4K gold. And the flash in. Super Mega Death Rocket misses. Dives, ult. Tanking too many turret shots though. Shutdown comes in. This could be bad. Ooh, huge headbutt. Slow comes in. Trying to gap close. Cannot do so. So get 1 kill back and a shutdown. Lane's getting pushed in up here. Overall, even with the death, I would say if I'm Boppa Twisted, I am feeling ecstatic right now. I mean, you got Ornn, right? Ornn's Lord of the Components right now. You got, you know, you got Ornn items coming in the future. You got your first Drake. You got the Grubs. You got big gold pressure. You have a comp that's built around team fighting. And basically you can kind of roll around the map how you want at this point. And as we see engagement going on, Brahm's caught again, and Diffy's just like, you know what, I'm just going to keep coming bot lane. I like gold. I like kills. Why not? And this is when it starts to get pretty difficult to stem the flow if you're minimum talent. And the dive, just for good measure. It's just stuff. Oh, and we see an ult come in and flash out of Marshall, and another flash comes in. Super Mega Death Rocket comes in. Ooh, how many flashes did we just see? There's just like 4 flashes in the span of like 10 seconds. No deaths. Harsh. Let's check in on how the top lane's looking. Wow. That's tough. So, I think trying to figure out what's going on with J-Mac's build. I think went with the Tiamat for wave clear, and then wanted to get some lifesteal, or maybe thought about switching the build, and then we'll have to see what this actually turns into. Ult is up for both. Pops it. Ornhorn comes in. Should be able to finish off, but we do have the cavalry coming in. Ooh, flash comes out of J-Mac, but the ult follow. Cannot forget about it. And the excited Jinx lands some more autos. And we get a sweet, sweet turret as the gold lead builds just a little bit more. And this is kind of what I feared. Yeah. Oof. Ouch. I'm sorry, minimum talent. Sometimes these things happen, and as I'm watching the carnage top lane, it continues in the bot lane as well. Come one, come all, come to your grave. As the ult comes in, unstoppable. By the way, it doesn't matter. Did about 200 damage. The Jinx is up on levels on most of their teams. Not ideal. These things happen. Ooh, nice ult land. Should be able to confirm. Well done. That's a lot of gold on the Vex. A small bright spot. We are witnessing almost a 10k deficit at 17 minutes. Making a little bit of space. And as Drake comes up, this should be pretty free. Diffie's not even worried about it. Doesn't really matter. Not a lot on the map for minimum talent to even get. They can't extend that far. They just get collapsed on, which is really tough. So it was a Ravenous that came through for JMac in the top lane on the Trundle. Opted for Swifties, so maybe gonna try for some splitting action here. We will see. Bruiser build coming in for the Rek'Sai as well, looking at a Titanic and Shojin. Reaper's been trying to get some visions set up. Ultimately though, this Aurora is a menace. I mean, feeling... Oh. We won't talk about the failed hop. Went for the Magi's though. I like it. Sometimes you gotta have some ego, alright? Especially when you're 5-1, alright? Oh, we got a collapse coming in on the Vi, and that is getting knocked up twice. Flash Q's out, but with, again, you can tell people have not been playing against the Rek'Sai lately. And Death Rocket. Rip. Yeah, once Rek'Sai ults, they're coming with you. You do not get to flash away. You do not get to Q away. Do not pass go. You are getting ulted. That is 100% coming with you every single time. So you're not safe. So you need to be planning on when she pops out of you, how you're going to react and like set up your abilities. You can't outrun it. She dives in, it's happening. Christmas music, definitely egoing a little bit being up that far, but I mean, what are they gonna do? I guess really at this point, send somebody. I mean, it's Aurora. She's so slippery. Alt up. Can kind of just do what she wants, just collect waves. I mean, and they don't really have any MR for the most part on their team, so it's like, what do you do, right? Otacon's up. Honestly, the wallet diff is so massive at this point, at 12k gold differential. I mean, you could just do it with all of them up. It doesn't really matter. I mean, what are you doing right now? I mean, you're just kind of playing with your food right now. You're just kind of sitting in the wings, just waiting for the moment that you can try to kill. We do have an engage coming here as we have the two-man knockup. Nice. Death Rocket. Jinx is excited. 1 kill, 2 kill, 3 kill, 4. And man, if you would have died there, One Trick Susan, I would have flamed you like no other. Never mind the fact you're 8-0. That one death would have earned 12's worth of commentary. So, we're definitely just, seeing firsthand the effect of if you have more money in this game, you kind of just do what you want. I wouldn't even say that was a very clean dive, and it didn't matter. We're stealing any camps we want from our junglers. We're just having a silly goose time right now. I'm Bop it, twist it. We're not even taking Otacon right now, so. I was just kind of looking over. Locking game 2. They'll lock in. These things happen. I think all of us routinely kind of get our asses whipped in a game, and then the very next game we turn it around. I mean, we still got Orn items to come through. I really do think, you know, one of the big things you got to kind of recognize that Boppet really, you know, came in with an idea, a plan with this comp, how they were going to execute it. I wasn't sure about the Rek'Sai. They were sure about the Rek'Sai, which should lend you some credence to know, I don't know what I'm talking about. You shouldn't listen to me. Because Diffie is built different. 6-1 and 8. That is a pretty monster scoreline on a champ that is relatively unplayed at the moment. As we secure our third Drake of the game. And looking over here, just kind of taking camps as we want. You really can't even step up if you're minimum talent. Which is tough. Because you want to do something, right? You don't want to just like watch yourself lose. As the Ornhorn comes in, follow up ult from the Rek'Sai. Jinx gets excited, doesn't even care that we're shooting into a Braum shield because it literally doesn't matter. And that's a quad. I think we're gotta execute a tiny bit of flame for the taking of the Penna. A pretty excellent chance to get a Penna for One Trick Susan. And Christmas music takes it. Shame. 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 It happens though. And GG's. Well done. Gonna be blunt. Yeah. They were on. Game lobby is full. Game lobby is full. Somebody go into spectator. Thank you. All right. Thank you. And we're back for more. I actually don't know if this goes as the same draft or if it's a new one. Or do I just refresh it? And got it. Same. Well, I'll trust them. I was wrong before. Oh, we got ads rolling there. And then I do need to adjust back to this. My bad. Ready. So did they just restart it on this one? Is that how it goes? I guess we'll find. Oh, we got a yikes. Yeah, it happens, man. It's not a big deal. Sometimes games aren't super close. I have about 2 of those every time I play. But you know what? Sometimes you follow it up with a good one. We see Amumu and Kate bans again. Remember, we are in Fearless. So we will not be seeing the same picks. Unara bans come through. Again, can't really fault any of those. The overall, though, if I were to say how things went last match, it'd be a big happens. We see Karma, Fiddle, and Mel banned out again, so pretty much the same bans that we saw the first time through. We'll see how comp switch-ups go. My cats are currently dueling right now. Absolutely wailing on each other. Honestly, what I need is a beer. As we see Minimum Talent go for the Diana. Big Diana guy. I think Diana can do a lot of damage. It can be very disruptive. The big thing is, though, you get behind on Diana, you are a walking bag of gold. Because she's ultimately a stat stick, alright? So, you got items, you're strong. You don't got items, you're not strong. You ain't outplaying anybody on that. You got one thing, and one thing only. You go in. So, for Minimum Talent's hope, I hope they are able to secure a lead and a tempo advantage there. And we're seeing an Aphelios Galio lock-in for Bop It Twist It. Huge Galio guy. I think Galio is a great pick pretty much any time in organized play. Just so much map coverage, so much CC ability, so much tanking, able to nullify a lot of control mages. Itemization and build path and variation is very good. Just a great pick. And that was followed up by Minimum Talent on the MFM Warg. Pretty good. You know, you got some wombo there. You have Diana alt, Morg Q, Morg alt with bullet time from MF. So there's a plan there. Aurelia is crazy. That's an ego pick. Really crazy. I love it. But that is first and foremost ego. They're looking to run you down. Got some salt and Vinnies. Best chips in the game. I hope you guys can't hear me eat them. If you can, too bad. If we see the Shen, Quinn, and conversely Olaf and Alawi bands come through. Shen, especially for like this relative level of play, definitely a good band. Mundo, nice BP safe front line pick. Nunu followed up for Bop It. With the Echo, and you know, me and CLT were talking about this last, like a week ago or whatever. Echo being a pretty contested pick in the league, and I think that's pretty interesting because it's fun to watch Echoes play. I think you can do a lot of really cool things, a lot of good gank angles, a lot of good skirmishing. It's just fun to watch. So that is Galio support. Nunu jungle. Aurelia mid. More top. Which would not have been my guess early on. Galio support, I think, is a good pick. And that'll be the final for each team's drafts. Yeah, I'm ready. Me good. Caster man is casting. So ultimately,
Shall I
when
turn
I
in
think
my
about like
badge and
Mundo,
rifle as
you
well?
need items, right? You MF is a lane bully early game. More can kind of flex into everything. Ultimately, you're
I
playing
assure
her
you,
for
I am
a
quite
12-year
patient.
long snare, and when I think about Mundo, I think push.
We must all make our choices.
Mundo goes where he pleases.
My countermeasures are ready, even if you are not.
Yeah. With Mundo though, it's just like I think with some of your team, like I think Echo is really strong mid. I feel like you're just kind of like staggering your strength out throughout different points in the game when I'm looking at MTE's comp. What just happened? Hello? What in God's name just happened? Somebody just like mispick or something while I was rambling and enjoying my salty chips. So we got a little bit of a issue here. We'll wait to get re-invited. But as you can see the draft in the background, really I feel like a lot of the power of the champs on MTE is kind of distributed at different points of the game, and I don't think they really have a very clear point in the game with this draft where they're truly strong. And, it's like they have individual parts that are strong, so it's going to be really kind of juggling around those different strength points of their comp at the different points in the game and recognizing when they're stronger and when they're weaker in their individual components. And I would say the Nunu on Bappa Twisted is kind of looking to nullify some of the early game potential that bot enemy, the MP bot lane, has by being able to roam and gank much more effectively than the Diana. So I think that's a decent response there, because Nunu rolling in and landing Snowball with Galio being able to dash and taunt. You can only black shield one person. And Nephelios is weak early, but you're able to offset that a little bit with that strong front line. Mord post 6 should be able to live into the Mundo. And then it's going to be about kind of turning some of the ganks and that into his favor, because I expect Diana to try to gank up on the Mord and try to put him behind. I think personally that's what I would look to do. What is going on here? We're just trying to get everybody in order. I can't see chat because we have a $1 billion company. I'm not going to go into it. But I think the Irelia pick is crazy, though. I do not see where that slots in. So, again, that's why I call that an ego pick. 100 out of 100 times. They're just like, okay, I'm going to outhand you. You know, we just went up like 20k gold last match. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to fight you. Which, fair is fair. There's just not a ton of team comp synergy
Shall I turn in my badge and rifle as well?
out of that. So I was just a little bit surprised to see it.
I assure you, I am quite patient.
But maybe they practice this comp. Well, I'm throwing. J-Mac, we're all throwing all the time, every day. Don't you worry. You're never throwing.
My countermeasures are ready.
You're powerful.
Even if you are not.
In fact, listen to me. Listen to me. You're number one. You're unstoppable. Where? Man, I was trying to look for a good soundboard effect. I have it somewhere, but I got too many. So I guess I'll just go with one that tells people how to think about me.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I'm choking out here. Don't tell me I stink. Oh yeah, this is what you need to do. You need to power up, bro. J-Mac, you need to lock in. You need to become Goku. Yeah. You're crazy. You're gonna perform. Lock in. You are Mundo. Overall, though, I think it should be a fun game. I think it's really, really, really important for minimum talent to make sure this doesn't get out of hand early. But basically everybody on BTG can do a ton of damage if they get ahead early.
Come on, I won't hurt you. I promise.
I'd keep my head down if I were you.
He's going even further than beyond. I think I'm allowed to play small clips of stuff, so we'll Dragon Ball Z. He's ready. Don't get it twisted. You know what? We'll even hype him up a little bit more. We're ready. We're ready for some league. We're ready to see some wins. We're ready for this to go to game 3. Alright? So MTE, lock the fuck in. Bop it though. I will say, as I'm gassing up MTE. That was a really, really good game 1. You guys should be feeling pretty good about yourselves. Really executed that comp. Really played well. Showed good understanding of what your team's goal was and how to do it. I would say your comp looks like a solo queue comp right now, but show me wrong. Show me that you can play whatever you want. I got that unhinged. Then I get to go into sweet 3-minute delay. Yeah, I hate waiting, bro. I hate it. I hate just sitting here listening to my lo-fi as people try to fill the void. Meaningless time. We're all gonna die, man. It's alright. I do have a feeling we're going to see a few times this game where Mord comes and gives you one of these. Get over here. I got big expectations coming out of the Mord. I want to see some crazy 3v1 turbo tank. Or the Mundo can do it. Either or. This is why I don't buy chips though, man. I just keep eating them. We're also sipping on a little Imperial Stout. Big boy. Whole pint. We're living large, folks. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out again, too. Listen to me ramble. Listen to me talk some League. Watch some League. Play some League. We're living it. High quality content. This is a top tier play. These teams are going to the LCK Challengers League. Trust. Salt and Vinny's, Toridol. Huge Salt and Vinny's. Seems like everybody hates him or loves him. I love him. Cannot go wrong. Tell you what. I got that closed captioning thing up. Oh, your favorite. See, that's what we're talking about. Give you up. Never gonna let you down. That's me with Salt and Vinny's right there. And as we're loading in, your streamer shall approach. We're ready. As I get everything set up for myself and the stream. There we go. Beautiful. We can tell you like them. Yeah, just a little bit. Best comedy gold. And loading into the next match. I think. Oh, follow.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I think Susan's gonna be the one to watch this game. It's like last game. You seem like they like to play through their ADC for Bop It. Jinx was very instrumental to the win. A lot of objective, just being able to kind of steamroll once you take one, being able to follow up, secure double, triple kills. You know, got the Quadra, was able to help push down those turrets. Aphelios, oh, this is, oh no. And they play it pretty much perfectly on the Bop It side, just letting the trap be laid. And first blood goes over to Diffie on the Nunu. So, I still think it's a shame that first blood is 300 gold or whatever now. It's not enough to just straight up buy Dark Seal. Because boy, I would love a Dark Seal buy right there for Nunu. So, bot lane's leashing over here, and then so we're gonna have Prio given over to Bop It for the early game. Level 2 will be pretty big with the Galio. Since he started Taunt, he'll be taking his E most likely second, just for more engage. Lands the Binding, so nice little bit of damage chunked out there. Oh, okay. Your streamer is not looking at the map enough. As Christmas music on the Eagle pick gets the wave shove and the kill, level 2. Pretty rough. We'll check in on top. So it's pretty standard, nothing too crazy going on there. We got wave shoved in on both sides for Bop It. Trading pretty heavily. Clears. We got equal CS in the jungle. Nunu did get that first kill, so we'll have gold advantage, so that first back should be pretty big. Lands the binding at the last possible unit. There was no more Teemo links left. So, nice little chunk of damage there. Doing a good job landing their bindings. Getting those arcane comments off. Christmas music's got the level advantage. Now equalized. So it has to be careful trading. Steps out. Shield there. We do have the gank coming in the top lane. Nunu's gonna try to get over there. Diffy's coming. Flash in. Nice follow with the dash. Ooh, double knockup. A lot of damage coming through. They wanna finish. She does have flash. I think if you're Diana there, I think you flash Q in first. Gets the kill though. J-Mac is going Super Saiyan as we're trading here, and actually lives. A lot of combat going on over the map. We do have a pretty much equal game. That is a lot of gold on a Mundo. You do not want that to happen, because it is much like the Aphelios in the bot lane. It's once you get, oh god, maybe I should just watch you all game. Is that what I need to do? With another solo bolo in the mid, Christmas music, showing that the Irelia pick is whatever they want it to be. Well played. Trading down here, advantage over to Boppet's side, but they'll probably just reset after this. Should be sitting on some gold. But much like the Mundo, Aphelios is really gold dependent. So once you get items, you just do way more damage than pretty much everybody else. So it's kind of puts things on a timer in that regard too. So both teams do have somebody that kind of sets them up to be a menace later on. Excellent Nunu piloting. That doesn't hit. Nice dodge. No. Oh, the ult from the Irelia miss. Yeah, you gotta stay out of there. Should be able to get the kill. Meows makes it a 1-for-1. It's tough. You don't have your ult for Echo there, which really makes it really difficult to ever win that fight. I honestly can't believe it went for a 1-for-1. Good rotation by Meows there, and good ooh, and I'm pretty sure that would be taken to the realm. Survives, so pretty good over there. Ult's down for more then, so should make things a lot more safe. Good poke. Ooh, just misses. We see trading going on in the mid here. You do not win this. Yep. So here's the thing. Irelia passive, right? If you're trading with her and she gets a few autos off, right? Her passive is getting stacked up. She's almost certain, yeah, she's running Conqueror too, right? So she's getting exponential as the Nunu ball comes in, and not enough. Ult is down for J-Mac. Good gank there by Diffy. We got to be careful how far we're pushing up here, because you got to remember you're playing against a Nunu. And it lands. Nunu is level 6, so can position an ult, and that's a kill. Meows comes in, not level 6. Ooh. Lives. Has to back off though. If she's 6, she maybe could try to sacrifice herself. Kind of crazy that Aurelia doesn't have a bounty. They're up 3k gold, and she's 5 and 1. A little bit surprised about that, but yeah, that's tough. But yeah, you know, you're down 2 levels. Irelia with her passive stack and Conqueror stack, like, she is doing so much damage. Meows looks like it's getting caught by the Nunu. Tries to disengage. Slow comes through. Is enough to keep her alive. And things are definitely starting to slide pretty heavily into Boppet's favor, which is tough. If I'm Reaper and Reaver here, like, this is a personal pet peeve. Like, if you know, like, you have no chance to take it, you're ultimately just wasting time standing here. You're not gonna get it, right? They have a Nunu. They have like crazy smite objective secure. We gotta just let it go. And you might as well shove wave in, you know, make them lose some minions, at least have some cost benefit. Because ultimately, us just like sticking around there, you don't get anything. While I was yapping, Aurelia did die. Finishes the Bork. Able to go into the Null Mantle, so maybe looking at Wit's End there. We're getting Grubs secured, so Drake and Grubs are gonna go the way of Boppet. It's just super tough for Marshall now in the mid lane. The Irelia is just all about steamroll, snowball, so you really don't get to walk up, and it's tough now that her passive stacks against turrets. As Meows gets kind of caught out, has to flash out of the Nunu ult. That jungle is going to become Nunu's, unfortunately. His vision pops up. Mord comes down. Like, Meows was doing like pretty decent for keeping like up with tempo as much as they could, but it's just too much on this top side pressure now that you basically, your only option is to try and force something in the bot lane or try to vertical jungle as much as possible, because there's so much pressure coming through mid and top, and the Nunu's just able to get in and out of your jungle so fast that you can't stand around there because you don't have help following on, and that's tough. I mean, I've been there, right? I think we've all been there. And Irelia is just going sicko mode on you, and you're just like, I would like to play the game too. It's tough. I'm happy it's not me. As the Nunu's coming in, Diffy's coming for the gank in the bot, looking to get the MF. Barrier comes in. Flash is still up, so maybe... Ooh, Black Shield is huge there. Nice root, followed by the bullet time. Excellently timed. Just not enough damage to follow up. It's just... wow, that was a lot of heal. Goes 1 for 1 there. Shutdown coming through. Aphelio's doing Aphelio's thing, starting to come online with that Yuntals. And it's tough because I think that looks like Ghostblade potential build for MF. Raver down there. Misses the pull. Doesn't have ult though, so has to be kind of careful here. You gotta leave. This is too risky. Oh, okay, built different. I see you. Nicely done, J-Mac. Way to live. Be able to get some of that CS. But Wallet Dip was just coming through in that bot lane play there because I really think Minimum Talent played it really well. And it didn't matter. Huge kill on Scrub Lord. Mundo up. 3-1. Doing a pretty good job. Doing a good job not dying. Belios gets collapsed on. Oh, gets the stun off from Marshall. Finish. Big kill. Get out of there. Alright, alright. Minimum Talent heard me yapping. Was like, we may be down, but we're not out. They believe that they can win. I like it. So the Youmuu's is finished now. We're not crazily different in items across the board. I would say obviously the biggest difference is mid. You know, a lot of CS and kill and levels difference going on there. So the Irelia really the massive gold repository right now. As we're looking at pretty much assuredly another Drake secure here for Pop It. And it's not really anything you can do if you're minimum talent, so I think you definitely, I think this is exactly what you should be doing. It's a little unfortunate that the bot side jungle looks like it's still up, but you just got to get gold and take whatever advantage you can. Marshall's definitely got to just get out of there, for sure. So ultimately we are just like swapping, which is not as exciting as you would like, but it gives you gank access into top lane, so maybe the ward probably will keep Scrub Lord safe. So if they obviously don't know about it, but ooh. So we get the flash out of Scrub Lord as we get the 2v2 in the bot lane with two people with absolutely overloaded wallets. Do as they please. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, it's a 9-2 Aurelia. I think really if you're MTE, you don't engage with that, right? You stay under tower, and if like you think you're out of tower range, especially with like how much Christmas has been like trying to shove, you just don't give her access. This is gonna be tough for Meows. Flashes, ults and flashes out. Tries to steal, but it was close. It was a good attempt actually. Gets the kill. Nothing to be gotten there. Not enough mana to ult for Marshall, which is unfortunate. So they trade 2 kills to get 1. Not ideal, but I mean it's kind of tough. You don't want to just give that stuff away. As bullet time comes out, we get some DPS done, and Christmas music will have to back. Trying to rotate back for this top turret. Scrub Lord's just trying to beat it down. Reaper's trying to get some impact on the map. We do have some good deep boards there by Bop It. Overall, game state's obviously very heavily favored towards Bop It right now. You know, up 6 and a third K gold, and a significant objective advantage. Trying to get a little bit of something going. Not too much to be done. The Diana's opting for a little bit tankier bruiser build. Got that Aegis. Has to eat the ult there, but actually doesn't take that much damage. Diffy's a little bit deep right now. Not a lot of help to be had. Galio ult's coming through. 3-man knockup. Not really able to collapse in. Lands the binding on Aphelios, but there's just too much of a stat difference. Ooh, knockup and ult follow up. Good clean comms there. I mean, you know that was communicated the whole way. Flash in, definitely pretty massive ego. I mean, I get it, but Christmas music's making Aurelia look like it's not that complicated, making me think I could do this when I know what my Aurelia looks like. Newsflash, it doesn't look like this. 13-2. Be proud of yourself. That's pretty clean play. It finally looks like Scrublord will be able to put this tower down. Should just keep hitting it and finish it. I mean, ultimately, you're not gonna die here. Pops the spell shield off. Trading pretty heavily with that Rylai's. It's just like impossible to get away. It just sticks. Yeah. You know, it has the Oblivion Orb too, so it's not even like, you know, Mundo can do as much of the normal shenanigans that he would like. This does also mean another free Drake, so should be pretty well secured for Bobbit. Yeah, I think minimum talent early game, they were, making good choices to try and like keep some tempo early. Ultimately this is setting up for a new ult. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. I mean, what do you do, right? It sucks. It sucks that it happens like that. Again, this is, you're just getting hit over the head with a wallet. What do? You got champs on their team that really use gold well, and they have a lot of gold. So I mean, it's kind of the way it goes as we are looking to just end straight up. That is a disturbing amount of damage. And we will be getting an end here. Tough, man. Yeah, it's tough. I think like they were playing pretty good, and then it just kind of got a little bit out of hand. But I think the ideas were there. The Meow's that was your first time, Diana? That's pretty crazy. You played well. You did good DPS. And you are matching with tempo and CS and farm clear pretty well, so if that was your first time, yeah, that was pretty good. Overall, I mean, I think Bop It Team Comp just ended up getting what they wanted with, money. Like, all those champs, like, individually really can do a lot if they get gold, and they just ended up getting a good amount of gold, and it's not too much you can do about that once that train starts rolling out of town. I will say, like, there's a pretty good bright spot up there with that trade early on with the Diana Mundo being able to get the double kill onto the Mundo. I mean, JMac was 3-1 there for a bit. So I mean, I think there's definitely things like positives that minimum talent can like point to, and like, because they do some VOD review and stuff like that, and be like, okay, like where could we have mitigated, and then where could we have like leaned on, and where we got some advantages. I think that's kind of the core thing to do there. I think you really want to try to get to a state where that Mundo is able to get into late game with that gold advantage and lane advantage, and with some of the tempo that the Diana is able to create. I think Papa Twisted Gank it looking really tough. They played clean. Their comms looked really good. I mean, like, just like, even when they're doing some of the they're being pretty aggro with some of those plays, they were definitely on like good comms and good calling all. Like when they dashed the Rift Herald in immediately followed by the Aurelia ult and able to like turn a double there. I think that was pretty cleanly done. So good job there. 15-2 on the Christmas music. Yeah. I guess you can play Aurelia whenever you want. It doesn't need to make sense in a team comp. You can just play it. I do like the Nunu as well, in terms of controlling game state, especially with like, I think early and mid game being so big in these types of leagues, that Nunu's just able to get to every lane or like any type of fight so quickly that you're able to really control tempo. And if you have a good hold on tempo and you're getting first 3 grubs, you're getting first 2 drakes, like, as long as like the rest of your team makes sense, it's really hard to lose from those positions. So I think they did a really good job of capturing like what their comp was supposed to do and where they were supposed to establish lead, and then just running with it. So good job there. I think there's some positives to pull away for both teams, and overall, thanks for playing, guys. It was a good set of games. Yeah. So with that in mind, I don't think there's too much more to remark on. We're, I believe, done. I don't think there's any other games tonight. Should double check. Hey, thank you for playing. You guys played your hearts out. You guys did good. And it was nice. It's nice being able to cast for you, and it's fun being able to cast for everybody. Yeah. Well, I hope everybody has a good night. And Christmas is a menace. I agree. This is fine. It's always fine. In the end, we're just playing League and we're having a good time, and we're learning. We're learning about organized play, and we're improving each time you play. And ultimately, it's just another excuse to get together with the homies and play some games. So, if nothing else, we're having fun. All right, you guys take care and have a good night and have a good start to your week.